Okay, so I have 5 minutes. Actually, I have more slides, but I will make it short then. I just want to tell you something about PeeringDB. PeeringDB is a database much for all these people who do peering, and I guess all of you in the room do peering. So why PeeringDB? Because there was not a single place where the information was stored which wasn't needed for peering. For peering, we need information about networks, we need information about exchange point, and we need information about facilities where we meet. And that was the idea when we started with PeeringDB a couple of years ago. And as you have heard from former presentation from the engineer from Facebook, if a tool is not good, it will not be used. If it's not perfect, it's not that bad. PeeringDB was not perfect, but it was very well accepted. Actually, to say PeeringDB 1.0 was more or less a crap, but people still like it because it was very, very useful and filled in a gap which was not there. So that was the reason we made PeeringDB 2.0. And basically, what we try to do is also to remedy all the backdraws which PeeringDB 1.0 has. So basically, the most important thing is PeeringDB now has something like a concept of an organization, and the organization then holds objects like networks, ASN numbers, facilities, or Internet exchange point. And also with PeeringDB 1.0, if you wanted to manage an object, you always had to have a separate account. So if you had, for example, several ASNs, you have to have several accounts. And this was really cumbersome. So this is also remedied by having this concept of an organization. And even if you are working for several organizations, you simply have one account, and with this one account, you are able to manage hundreds and thousands of objects. So PeeringDB 2.0 now is out almost for 3 months. The backend also went away. The MSQL backend will we still have. We had some challenges during the launch, but I have to say, the migration from 1.0 to 2.0 went really fine. As you can see from the current release, there was a couple of post-releases which fixed minor bugs or so. So this is how it's looked like. It's completely rewritten, the software. The idea behind it is still the same. It's written in Python. It's fast and clean. What we have also done is data validation with the old database. For example, it did not have the notion of an IP address. If there was a field which contains IP addresses, you could put in everything like text, and so on and so on. It also has a nice API, a RESTful API, which is useful for automation then. Also what PeeringDB 1.0 did not have, that facilities and IXPs are able to maintain their record. They are still not able to put in information about their clients, but what they are able to do is to say, okay, the address has changed. For example, for IXP, they are able to put in the addresses they are using, and so on and so on. So as said, multiple records under a single organization. Typically what we have, the normal case is we have just one organization which holds, for example, one ASN. That's not the problem. But there are larger, for example, exchange point like MSKIX. This is, then you have the organization MSKIX, which runs several internet exchange points. As said, with 1.0, you had to have an account for everything. Now you have the organization, and below this organization you have all the information about your objects you have. As an example, we here have links. Links is an internet exchange point based in UK, the headquarters. The organization itself is based there, but they also operate a couple of internet exchange points in UK as well as in the US. They have networks for the route server as well as facilities. So this makes PeeringDB 2.0 very clean. As said, with one account you are now able to manage multiple organizations. So there are people who are not working only for one organization. They are working, for example, for an exchange point, but also because this exchange point is working on a private basis, they have a day-to-day job, and therefore they have to be able to manage this IXP as well as the network. So if you are did not yet have registered with PeeringDB, please do so. So there is a slide how to request ownership of an object you think you are responsible for. Do so. This is how to register and request affiliation. So organization user management is really fine-grained. You can give access right to everything, what you want. I go further. So what I wanted to show is really that a lot of you who are sitting now in the room or watching my presentation did not yet register with PeeringDB. If you, for example, look at MSKIX, MSKIX roughly has 400 members, and because they are connecting at MSKIX, they are peering, and there should also be in PeeringDB. So everyone who is a participant at MSKIX or DataX, DTELAX, all the exchange point listed over there, please register. And you see a big difference. For example, if you look at MSKIX, only 133 networks are also in PeeringDB, where MSKIX currently has 380 networks. As said, all of the PeeringDB is a RESTful API. This is for automation. The reason really behind it is PeeringDB, you want to have all the information about your peers pulled from a single database and then build from this information your peering session. This is a quick example how you get the information from. And that's more or less where I would like to stop. There is still more stuff in the presentation. Please go to the presentation. I'm also over here for the rest of the evening until tomorrow morning. So if you do not yet have registered with PeeringDB, please do so. Keep your record up to date and use it. So thanks.
Коллеги, вопросы?
Have you got any questions, please?
Что действительно
Remind you that in our presentations we have more data than the presenters are able to talk. Please look at the presentations. Perhaps you will find some more data, and as long as the presenters are here, please come to them, talk to them, ask your questions. I think please don't restrain yourself, limit yourself to questions and answers here in the hall. Please come to them, talk to them.
in these 3 months, what became better for last 3 months?
So actually, the whole PeeringDB 2.0 is better than what we had before. What we also see is what we really did not expect it, a lot of more network also registered. It's easier for the users of PeeringDB to interact with PeeringDB, to get information from it. So it's actually not comparable to what we had before.
Так. Это не вопрос. Так, ну, я думаю, что тогда спасибо.
Well, I think we would like to thank the presenter. Thank you very much indeed.